welcome to yet another Moon Village podcast. It is number 3. We are really rocking and rolling now. Oh my, well, that was
a light malfunction there.
Man, that's staying in. It is Big Game Sunday.
Did it again.
It did. Liz, do you want to just shut that light off?
Yeah, I got you.
Or something like that? Liz is now our official
live audience.
Live audience.
Woo! Yeah!
Our director.
Our production team. Yeah.
We have a production team.
We do.
Not a lot of people can say that.
Big baby steps.
And our fact checker.
Yeah.
Fact checker, alright.
Alright, roll call.
I'm Joey.
Lauren.
Austin.
Yeah.
Boom.
Liz is over there.
Woo!
Behind the camera I just pointed at.
Oh wait.
She's pointing at
It's over there.
It's over
She's
there.
pointing at you guys too.
Okay. Alright. So, how's everyone's week?
It's good.
Really uneventful again.
Really?
Yeah.
I have boring weeks.
Isn't
Can't
it your
wait for the
vlog week?
podcast. Yeah. Or can't wait for the vlog. Yeah. It's gonna be really boring.
Have you filmed anything so far?
Not yet. But I will.
Good start.
Good
So
start.
let's start. A couple days.
Baby steps.
You still have a few more days here.
Just remember what Luis always tells us. It's gotta have a good, it's all about the bread.
It's all about
It's
the
all
bread.
about the bread.
Gotta have a
Doesn't matter what's
Apparently
in-
meat is not important.
For a sandwich.
For a sandwich.
Well, meat makes the sandwich. It doesn't matter what kind of bread you have, in my opinion.
But
Right.
you are not Luis.
Yeah,
Luis
Luis
is
is
convinced
all
that,
about
I mean,
Luis
you could
really
put,
likes bread.
Yeah.
I just think I like bread. I can see bread.
I like-
Fine. We're
it's
being
like-
bigger ones in the middle. There's bread. I don't
It's
care.
like-
Let's eat a loaf of bread.
Bread is
That's all you
bread.
need.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had a super eventful weekend, which is also why I don't look great. Because I...
Oh, you look fabulous.
Thanks, Joey.
You do. The hat really just brightens up your whole face. That's great.
But yeah, so as everyone knows, if you watched last week's podcast, I did the ring announcing for a professional wrestling show, and I have a professional wrestling hangover because I yelled my brains out, and now I have a super big headache, and I'm gonna let y'all do most of the talking. But it was super cool. There were like 300 people at the show, which is big for any indie show. What else was there? We raised a lot of money for Team Jack.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I signed my first autographs, and I
What?
yeah.
That's
There
so cool.
were a whole bunch of kids that showed up to this, and they came up to me and they were like, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I'm like signing it, and they go, were you scared when the bad guys got close to you? And I was like, I was really, really scared. And they're like, me too. They're super scary.
That's so cute.
And one of the wrestlers, he goes by Psycho Sam. He comes out to the ring with a bag full of like plastic bugs, you know? And normally he just kind of like throws them out because he's like insane. He just kind of like throws them on people and walks like this. And but one of the other wrestlers grabbed the bag and just threw it everywhere. And so all these little kids had all these bugs. And one little girl, the entire time after that, would come up with a different bug every time and like put it on my announce table.
That's so cute.
And she would wait. Because then I'd be like looking around and then I'd see her go, like freak out. And
That's so cute.
she giggled her pants off. It was so adorable. It was so adorable. I had such a great time.
Freaking cute.
But yeah, I got home at 3 a.m., which is like 12 hours ago. Exactly
Gosh.
12 hours ago. Not that we're putting a time and date on this. But
How long of a drive is it from Columbus to...
it's a 45-minute drive if you know where you're going and if you're not tired.
Oh, so for you it was like an hour and 30 minutes.
Driving back, it was like an hour, 15-minute drive because I was driving slow because I was dead tired. We had to tear down the ring and everything. So I was dead tired. And The other thing was I wasn't 100% sure where I was going,
Mhm.
because I have never really driven to Columbus
Yeah.
or back. And so there were like a couple turns where I was like just falling asleep and like I was like, ah! So I'm surprised I don't have
Don't
bruises.
drive while drowsy.
Yeah,
So like
Bad
you blast the
choices.
music, you just turn
Yeah.
it
Oh yeah, you blast music and roll your windows down to
Yeah.
freeze yourself
Oh
out.
yeah.
I slapped myself the whole
Yep.
way home.
You
I'm
never,
surprised I don't have any bruises.
if you're tired, you never want to put your heater on because it'll make you so
Oh,
sleepy.
yeah.
It'll make you
tired.
fall
So
asleep.
bad.
Every time I come home after a long day and I turn the heater on in the apartment,
Oh, it's just like
I just
okay,
fall
I'm
asleep.
out.
I
Yeah.
fall
Yeah,
asleep every
absolutely.
time. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time falling asleep without like 6 blankets. So even in the summer, I'll like crank up a fan or whatever, so I like need the blankets because otherwise I can't sleep. So,
Really?
yeah.
I could.
See, I like
without.
sleeping in the cold. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like, it can't be like really hot or else, but sleeping in cold temperatures, that's really nice. I like
Yeah.
it.
Nice,
Feels nice.
a nice dark basement.
Yes.
Prime sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Oh absolutely.
So good. Did anyone else have anything going on this week?
I saw some cool fights at the hockey game yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, like half the team that was on the court, because there's like, what, 5 people? I think like 4 of them all got in this huge freaking fight. And there were not enough refs to break it up.
Yes.
Pretty exciting stuff. I mean, nobody lost a tooth, so that's kind of disappointing. But I mean,
That's how you
cool.
beat the system. You just have everybody on
Yeah,
the team. fight.
exactly. I mean, if there's only 3 refs and like 4 players fighting each other, so like 8 players total. I
There's
mean,
no way they could.
there's no
break it
way.
up.
And it was funny because like they'd finally get like one person broke up and try to go break up the other one, and then the other ones would just go back at it. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was actually on like my side of the rink. The
There
rink.
you go.
It was actually on like my side of the rink too, so it was like I could actually see it really well because you know I'm short, and I couldn't see half the time.
Were you like in the front couple rows or no?
Row 9.
That's not too bad.
But yeah, but there was somebody really tall in front of me, so like when they were down on that end, because he was like right here,
So they were
so
like
I could only see like
5'7".
half the rink.
Where were we?
Yeah, I mean they were normal height.
Oh my gosh, Liz and I last weekend when we went and saw comedian, this guy that sat in front of me was so tall. He blocked out the whole, like just the comedian. I could see everything else. And I would like lean my head over to like see and he'd move. I'm like, what is this game? And it was constant. So basically my head on Liz's shoulder like, hey, thanks. We were like, you invade your space. It was uncanny.
So
They always seem to move at the right time.
It was
Oh, yeah.
immediately after I moved.
Yes.
He would like move his head. I'm like, are
Like
you
if somebody's in the
done?
way, then they always just, I don't know,
it's
they
their
always
mission.
get in their way.
It is their mission to make sure you don't have a good time,
Oh yeah.
even if they
That's so
don't
funny.
realize it.
Yep.
It's really great when they do realize it.
Oh yeah.
Because then they feel bad.
They do, and it's
Yeah.
like immediately you see on their face they're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for like an hour.
Yeah, yeah. Like and then they're aware of it. It's like, oh,
I've been that person because my hair is so big, people behind me can't see sometimes.
Really?
I don't know, like in high school it would happen.
I have never
Like
been
one
that
guy,
person.
so. Well, I have really big hair. But I would like flip it over all the time and move and be like, can you seriously just sit still? It's like, I'm so sorry. It was like 3 weeks into school too, so he like, I don't know, it was just so funny. I
So
felt
he had
terrible.
learned nothing the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. He's
See-
like, I didn't care, like, it was whatever, still this week, and I just don't care about school that much, but you have to stop moving, I can't see a thing. He was like a real little guy, too. It was really funny.
see, I'm the one that takes advantage of it. I'm the one like at concerts that are general admission. I'll be like, I'm sorry, can I just sit in front of you? Like, I can't see. And like most of the time they'll let me because they can still see completely over me, considering I am usually a head shorter than everybody.
Wow, that's...
And so like I push my way to the front because I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't see. Is there any way that I can sneak in front of you? And they're like, oh yeah, of course. And I'm like, boom, next to the stage.
Man, I'm jealous.
It's
I'm like a
great.
giraffe. People are like, can you move? Because I can't see.
Next thing you know, you're in the
I'm in the back. I know, every picture, like, Hannah in the back. I'm like, dang.
just want to be in the front rows.
I used to even like wear me. I used to wear heels to high school too, and all my guy friends were like, "You've got to stop! I feel just so tiny." So
I used to be really, really short in like the very start of high school. I used to be like 5'5" or something like that, and then it just
I was like,
I
that's
just
not
shot up
short.
like a cannon. Now I'm 6'1", so.
There you go.
great.
I was like, that's That's not short, guys.
I was always one of the taller kids in high school. Not necessarily
too.
in high school. Yeah. Great. Fantastic. But yeah, we didn't so from 4th grade till sophomore year, I was one of the tallest. And then after sophomore year, everyone else continued to grow. I quit in 8th grade, and then it was all over.
How
from
it
there.
works.
It is.
And you thought you're it's only gonna get better from here.
I was man, I'm 5'9". I'm no longer this fat ball of butter. Don't.
I'm sorry, it's little baby
Don't
Austin.
do it. We've talked about this before. How I was.
If I could do
child.
anything with the time machine, it would be go back in time and be best friends with baby Austin. And you just so plump.
I was 100 pounds in 1st grade.
Really?
In 1st grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was probably
It's so great.
30 pounds.
Man.
I'm not much further from that.
Oh my gosh.
There was this kid in high school who he was, or not in high school, but I went through to elementary school with him, middle school, high school with him, and he was probably 6 foot in 1st grade. It was unbelievable. No, not really.
What? I would pay money to see that.
It took me a second. I was yeah, 6 foot 1st grade.
No, but he was 5'5" in 1st grade or something like that, which is really tall for a first grade.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know what his
Because I'm
height was, but
7 years old, so that's pretty tall.
he kept growing. No.
Lord.
Oh,
Alright, Joey, hit him with the clap. Cool. Alright, that's gonna be a new thing.
Modified versions of technical difficulties.
Yeah, we should make resync shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have it be in sync.
Racing.
Honey, that's just not.
Yeah.
I was a die-hard NSYNC fan.
Were you
Oh.
really?
Oh gosh, I was.
Wow. Have you
Yeah.
guys seen that video of Ryan Gosling dancing to NSYNC at something some award show, and he was in sync with NSYNC? It was so
That's
Okay.
fantastic.
Fantastic. I
It's
love
really
that.
good.
Oh, that's great.
Is Valentine's Day this week or next week?
No, this week.
Next Sunday.
Dang, I wore my No Boyfriend No Problem shirt, so that was this week. It's not this week.
Ooh. You
Wear it again.
You can wear it again.
Shirt again.
It's
Don't
like my
worry.
$9.99 shirt for the beginning of Rick's class last semester.
You wore 4 times.
I wore my $9.99 shirt 4 times in a row because it was for a joke for a presentation I was doing. And
If it's for a joke, that's cool.
yeah, it was for
Exactly.
I ain't following
It
through.
was well worth it.
Jokes.
As soon as I said the joke, everyone was like, "Oh!"
You were just really setting it up.
I was.
You were had 4 class periods of setting this joke up, because then they all got it.
This whole week dedicated to that one joke. What if it wouldn't have gone over
No,
well?
it was 3 weeks because
3 weeks?
because
Oh, I don't know why.
well, it was
I didn't
Tuesday.
wear this
It was
shirt the
Tuesday,
whole
Thursday.
time.
It was every Tuesday, Thursday. I would
Okay.
wear the shirt, and it was weird for the other classes of the day.
Because they had no
They were
idea.
they never got in on it. They're like, does he have a lot of $9.99 shirts?
Like girls with leggings. It's not that they only have 1 pair of leggings. It's that they have 6 pairs of black leggings.
Yep. I don't
You
even
just have 6 $9.99 shirts.
These pants actually have a button and zipper real pants and pockets and everything, but they look exactly like leggings, so no one knows that I'm actually wearing almost real pants. No one
I'm kind of
knows.
wearing normal pants for a change.
Whenever I wear jeans, I'm like, you denim prisons. They're awful. Boys have it so easy. Your jeans are so loose and forgiving.
They're so great.
And they have pockets. I had this discussion today about girls' pockets, how they don't hold anything ever. They keep making phones bigger, but they make girls' pockets smaller.
Like back pockets, I can put my phone in, but I can
Sometimes,
fit,
but
8
then you sit
zip
down and
lock
half the time they fall out the back pocket too.
in. That happens. Yeah. So I have a hand-proof phone case. So that happens to me all the time.
Yep.
My sisters put their phones in their back pockets, and Lillian, I don't know how she does this. Almost like every 4 months. Has to be. She will drop her phone in the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Just about every
That
4
makes
months.
sense. My sister Rachel did that.
Really?
Mhm.
It's absurd. It's like, do you not have like, I don't know.
No,
an
there are
idea
no.
of-
We're gonna have this discussion. I'm like, there's no pockets. There's no
No,
place to put
none.
it. You could put it in your purse, but it's like, oh, I'm just hanging around the house. Like, I don't want my purse in the house.
Yeah.
Put it in your back pocket.
And,
Forget about it.
for guys, it's also socially acceptable to like put them in the like pocket up here.
Yeah.
But even these pockets are
They're
smaller.
not real. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, my pockets in my pants right now.
And for some reason, girls have this like thing where when they get dress pants, they're not real pockets.
Yeah, well, I just.
Guys' dress pant pockets are like this deep. I can fit my entire arm in it.
You know what I
And
want?
girls don't even have real pockets. They look like pockets, but they're not. They're sewn shut.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I really want a jacket that has like the pockets on the inside.
Yes.
Guys like pull out cool stuff like my phone, pen. Here's an envelope. You need it. Like it's just really convenient. Do you want a candy bar? I got you. I want that.
That's where I kept my
With all
microphone
my makeup
last night.
brushes in my
Yeah.
wallet.
That's where I kept my microphone last night for the wrestling show. I would keep it in my jacket pocket and I'd get into the ring. And... All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
are cool. I also don't get like, not that I don't understand. I want to have glasses, so when something like amazing happens, you can be like, what? But I
Except
can't. I
you
can't
have
do
long
it.
hair, so what it ends up being is
That's my hair gets caught in everything.
Yep.
Walking over to my car, I forget how windy it is. Why do I even fix my hair? What's the purpose? Because it goes and it gets stuck in my lipstick, and it's
Yep.
just a guy in a car pointed at me and was probably laughing to his wife. He's like, God, let's see what she looks. I'm like in a tornado of my own hair.
yeah, or like you're walking and like it gets like stuck across here, so you physically can't see.
Yes.
And
no,
it's
that
like,
happens.
I'm like, there's no point in fixing it, so I just walk around like this. And people look at me, and I'm like, how does this not happen to you
You
too?
know what? Walking into Abel Sandoz, it's like a wind tunnel, and it's so
Yes.
strong. So I like stand there and just accept it because it's happening. And like, so it's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It gets in my mouth, and I can't talk anymore. It's rough. I don't know why I even bother. Just looking for you people, for our like 30 viewers.
Yeah.
Just for you. Most of which are probably related to me. Told them
And
me. And you, yes.
Yeah,
The Stolkas and Moretz.
that's right.
Gosh.
Oh man.
My new boss watched my vlog, said she liked it.
Oh.
But I was really surprised. I was like, oh, I forgot. Glad you enjoyed it.
Man, that's gotta be weird. A weird feeling. Weird experience.
Having what?
Having your boss like
Yeah, she's super.
watch your
She's super
life.
chill. She actually, because she's a single mom, so she wants. She said we should go get coffee and talk and swap like online dating horror stories. I'm like, oh, okay. No, you can't. I've got plenty. She's like, don't ever go on ChristianMingle.com. I'm like, really? Because I just sort of assumed. And she's like, nope, I've got many a story from there. I'm like, well, I've got tons of stories, so I'm super excited about this. But she just wants to be best friends and gossip about life. It's really, she's cool. And watch my vlog, which I thought, I don't know, just weirded me out. Like, let's talk about a ghost, which I don't actually like believe in ghosts, but I was so certain that day that there was a ghost in my room.
I hardcore believe in ghosts.
Do you really?
Oh gosh.
Well, then
I'm
you should have
kinda
been there.
Mixed on the whole ghost thing.
The thing, okay,
I'm a little closer now because what happened was real.
But do you
So
believe in
scary.
like ghosts and spirits, or just like a collective ghost thing?
Wait, what?
What's the difference?
What's the difference between a
Technically-
ghost and a spirit?
Technically, I get them confused.
Okay.
But from what I believe, I think a ghost is like the soul of somebody who is like bad. It's like evil. It's
Like
the
a
one that's
demon?
gonna like kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But like, and not like demon, because that sounds bad and whatever. I know that you're gonna be like, oh no, that's not true, whatever.
You didn't even do anything. What are you doing?
But like,
you know me so well.
I do. But then like spirits are like, I mean, to kind of go along with that, spirits would be like the angels. Like their spirits are
Okay.
good. They're the ones that
Okay.
kind of like play tricks. They'll like shut a door on you or whatever.
Okay.
Where ghosts are the ones that like haunt you.
Okay.
Well, there was a ghost
I-
in my house. Rocking a chair right outside my door.
Where
not
there's
cool.
no chair.
I thought, right? I know. Gosh, it was like 3 a.m. too, and I'm like, man, I'm tired. But I'm not going to sleep. I know that thing's gonna kill me.
It was when I was living out my old house a while ago. There was I was downstairs alone, and there were no animals or anything down there with me. It was just me by myself, and the trash can, you know those trash cans that there's a lid on there that kind of swings back and forth.
Okay, yeah.
It just started swinging back and forth just randomly. Like there was no
Wow.
draft or anything.
Oh,
It was
yes!
the weirdest thing, and I almost like shit my pants.
I would not.
Yeah, I don't know what I did after that, but I probably just booked it out of there.
So I agree. I believe there are demons. I believe there are good spirits. It just that makes sense to me. I feel like
Yeah,
that's a thing that I can get behind.
Because here, if there are good and bad people, then I feel like if there are ghosts and stuff, there have to
You
be
have
good
to
and
be
bad too.
good and bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe in all that because get your pants ready because here we go.
My almost real pants.
Almost real pants.
I got them ready.
So when I was 5 years old, my uncle Alex passed away. He was 15. It was a very tragic death. Died in a grain bin accident. And 9 years after he passed away. 9? Liz, do you know how long it was? I've told this story to you a number of times, and my family has told you this story all the time. Liz is my fiancé, by the way, for people listening.
For the interwebs.
For the interwebs.
What if we're just making her up?
We're just making her
She's not talking
Not
or
really.
anything. It's just a doll. I got it. He's gonna mail everyone coming.
But anyway, a number of years passed by between Alex's death and this experience. So every year we go, or my grandparents go to the cemetery, to his gravesite, and they take pictures because we put up Christmas lights, we put up wreaths, and that sort of stuff. And one year we took a picture, and the wind was blowing, and it made the lights look like candy canes. We're like, oh, we need to take pictures like this all the time. The next year, it was so incredibly cold, like so cold. Snow was piled high enough that they had trouble getting the gate open, and so just my grandma Sue and Grandpa Ron went to the gravesite while my aunts and uncles stayed in the car. They go and my grandma's taking pictures and she's looking. She's like, "What the?" Takes a couple more pictures and shows my grandpa and it's like, "What is this?" We get back, they get back and it's on Christmas Eve, and we get back and we start looking at these pictures, and while the wind was blowing, snow wasn't blowing. If that makes sense.
It's like when it gets all icy, so it's like, yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not like
today
snow
where it's
was
like
blowing everywhere. It wasn't anything like that. So it was like it should have been a clear photo.
Mm-hmm.
Over the span of 7 photos, slowly a mist kind of comes in that you couldn't see outside of the photo, it just starts real little and then it gets big and it gets to the point where you can see a body and a face, and it looks like my Uncle Alex, it straight up does. That same night, we weren't there because we were at my other grandparents' place, and when we took photos, there was a little ball of light, clear as day, looked like a moon, over my sister Grace's shoulder. Fun fact.
Yeah, just because oh, do you mean to clap?
Yep, someone clap. There it is.
But my mom was telling me about it, and I've had 3 experiences where not quite that vivid, but there had to have been somebody else there. The first was at the Stanley Hotel, where my mom woke up in the morning, and she was saying how, like, in the corner of their room, in the corner of our room, there was, like, a table with, like, 2 or 3 chairs there or whatever. And when she woke up, there were 3 people just sitting there telling her, like, all these cool places they needed to visit while she was in town, and, like, they were super friendly, and, like, she just had a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, but they weren't actually there, you know? I mean, like,
Yes.
like, they definitely weren't there, you know, and she knew that. Like, you could tell that they weren't there, but, like, they
That's
were. And they were just telling her where to go, like, what some cool places were to eat and stuff like that while they were in town. I was like, oh god, that's creepy. And, like,
awesome.
and at that point, it creeped me out, because, like, I was little Lauren, and I was like, ooh, that's scary, I don't feel about it. But then, like, my mom has been dealing with these people quite often. When she was, like, 6. So, like, my mom has a sister and a brother. But before they were both born, it was her, my grandpa, and my grandma were driving down the interstate, I think, in Colorado. And they used to have a van. And she was in the back playing, like, imaginary, like she had brothers and sisters. And she was showing them how to use the car door. So she was standing up in this van, opened the car door, she falls out of the car onto the road, and she's completely fine. But she remembers beyond vividly, and this is like, she had to have been like younger than 6. And she remembers more vividly than anything, something coming over her. Like a truck, like something. She doesn't know what, but she remembers something coming over her. And both my grandpa and my grandma say that there was nobody else on the road. That there was nothing around. So it had to have been something coming to protect her.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And then like, I had to have been about 14. The same kind of thing happened to me. We own a farm, like some land in rural Nebraska, and we have like 4-wheelers that we go run around on and whatever. And it has like these like levees, I think is what they're called, like the big dips and stuff that you go up and down and whatever. And I know how to run them. Like, I know how to do it properly so you don't fall off, so you don't get hurt, so you're not an idiot. And I had somebody on the back, actually I had my step-grandma on the back with me. And I was like, okay, this is how you do it, you know, like, lean this way, you know, stand up, whatever. And our 4-wheeler went up the hill, and it just sat. Like, wheels, it sat on the cage. And so both me and my step-grandma fell off. But the thing of it is my step-grandma, she fell off and like rolled. So she kind of like, she had a sore back, but she wasn't hurt. Me, I literally just stood there and held the handlebars. Because at that moment, I knew more vividly than I have ever known anything in my life that 4-wheeler was not going to fall back. Because, I mean, like, and yes, I mean, I guess realistically it could have been that I could feel that it was steady in my hand, you know, since I had my hands on the handlebars. But, like, no, if you're on a 4-wheeler and it tips, you're going to fall off. But I didn't. I just jumped off the back and, like, held the 4-wheeler.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Now we know the title of this podcast.
Ghost stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, did that camera stop?
That camera did
That
stop.
camera
That
stopped.
camera did stop. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Good.
We got it.
We got it. Bada bing, bada boom. And recording. Don't stop.
Did we get all of that though?
We have.
Yeah.
Good.
We also might have a battery issue on this one,
Oh,
but we'll see.
we'll see. That's fine.
Liz is
Everyone say
making
hi to Liz.
Hi, Liz.
Joey, hit him with the clap.
She never drank that. Look at her face and you're like, no, it's happened. Wow, that was great.
I love you,
What a
honey.
beauty.
It's
So
very-
she is real. That happened.
Yeah.
She's a real person.
She's a real person.
Not
My
a doll.
face even in there?
I don't know.
I think it was just my butt and my hands on the chip.
Your face
She
pops
does
on
have a
that
face.
camera.
It's very beautiful. Great.
Hannah 2.0.
My
You
dog
too.
did think we were the same person. Actually, speaking of my dog and my sister, whatever. So my sister texted me today because she has been talking to this guy, right? And he's 16, just like her. And every picture she's shown me has just been like his back or like back is just something like because he likes to take those artsy like Instagram
So
photos.
not his face.
So not his face. And she's like, look how muscular he is. I'm like, dude, does he have a face? Like, it must be real.
That's
And she finally sent me a picture of him today, and he's got his arm around her and his arm around my dog. And he looks like Adam Sandberg, which, the guy from Hot Rod, if you guys don't know.
Alright.
I'm sure you do. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, Adam Sandberg, what the heck? And I wasn't very angry with, like, because I'm super protective of my siblings. I didn't care that much that he had his arm around Victoria, but I'm like, get your arm off my dog. Like, get stupid, watch where it arm off my dog. And I texted my other siblings that have phones, so Clayton, Alex, and Rachel, like, okay, so real talk, what do we think of Blake, who's this guy? And Alex goes, I don't like him. Rachel says she doesn't like him, and Clayton's like, Victoria's dating someone? Yeah. Anyway, so Alex says no, so I'm like, well, you shouldn't date him anymore. And she's like, well, he's so funny. Rachel's like, no, he just makes fun of people.
not a
So we're all-
reason to stay with someone.
I don't know. If you can make me laugh, like, let's do it. I don't care. I'm just
But if you're an
messing with
awful
you.
human being,
I'm messing
but you're
with you.
funny,
But-
let me tell you.
But real talk, he was touching my dog, and I was like, no. Freaking love Dan.
Damn man.
Dan the man.
Who's not a man. Who's
He's
a
not.
man.
He's a dog.
He's Dan's dog.
Gosh.
There's
That's
a
what she's
dog.
So literally everyone else in my life is in a relationship besides me. Oh, I guess you guys are.
I feel.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like everyone's getting engaged. Like I think I talk about it like once a week.
Literally.
Stop it. If you do, everyone's getting engaged.
Gross.
What is that? Like, they're
Yeah.
getting engaged so soon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, a year. You want to spend the rest for? I
have-
don't know.
I have 2 friends that have babies that I graduated with.
Huh?
I
fist
have
bumping my fiance.
1, 2, 3. I have 3 weddings this year. I have 2 more friends that are engaged. Like,
2017.
I swear, if Victoria gets married before me, I will be so upset. She
Well,
called it before.
you
I
get
have,
used
I
to
have a
it.
baby name that I want, and she's gonna take it before me. What?
You get used to it, having a younger sibling get married before you.
Whatever. Austin Jack, her brother's getting married before
Yeah.
me. He's still salty about it. I'm still salty because
I mean,
Lucas
like,
is his best man.
I'm-
I want to do this. I'm just mega salty.
mild salt. Just because it's like, our weddings are going to be really different. You know, it's just going to be like, his is going to be small, ours is going to be pretty big. Like, that's just how the 2 couples have kind of worked it out. So, but it's going to be, so I'm not as salty as I used to be about it. So,
I'm so salty.
you
I have
can,
a suit hanging in my closet that will never
yeah,
be worn.
that's true.
true.
I mean, you deserve to be ultra salty.
I was so close too. I thought it was actually because they're gonna get married
August
this
6th.
next August 6th. Yeah, and Austin's like, he still hasn't asked me, and I'm like, oh, just you wait.
So.
see, I feel bad for my future husband. I really do. Because my wedding is going to be a production. Because, like, okay, well, because the thing is, like, my mom's parents are both divorced. And so they have separate families. And then all of my, like, we've kind of, like, not really, like, technically adopted, but, like, we have kind of become really, really close family friends with another couple that they got divorced, but then they have 5 kids, 13 grandchildren. Like, there's no way that I could have a small wedding. Even if I had just them, it'd still be, like, probably over 100 people, you know? And so it's gonna be this huge production. And then on top of that, with me being a photographer and my mom being a photographer, I've already, like, anybody that does my wedding pictures, I'm sorry if any of you future photographers watch this, because it's going to be dealing with me wanting pictures, it's going to be dealing with my mom wanting pictures, it's going to be dealing with my mom taking pictures, and I want 3 photographers at my wedding.
Jeez,
Guests?
I got that kind of kid.
Guest, bride,
I
and
think I'm gonna have
groom.
my dad on his phone just snap because I don't really.
Snapchat.
It's fine.
Just
Snapchat the whole thing.
Snapchat it.
Kevin
Snapchat Live.
Gosh, yeah.
It's
I don't know.
gone forever after a day.
Whatever. I still have the memories. Dust those things off whenever I need.
You can save those Snapchats.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I'm
You
like,
could have very low quality wedding photos.
but think about it. Like you still look good. You're like, oh, it's like don't worry about this. It's just blurry, so that's why that looks weird. You're
It's
like,
alright. Just look at this filter.
I have a filter to fix that.
oh gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
man. How long have we been going? I'll check the microphone.
We're at that really awkward age though that we're
This doesn't
half
say
of
how
the
long
people.
we've been going, so hopefully this is actually recording.
Dude, Joey was talking and you interrupted.
I am so sorry. I'm a horrible human.
Shut
No, I
Okay.
haven't interrupted you. Anyway.
Continue, Joey.
Anyway. But we're at that awkward age where like half of us are getting drunk at parties and whatnot, and then half of us are settling down and starting their own life.
And I'm
I
sitting here in the middle like,
I have
no problem, I thought. Yeah. I got my car car unstuck from the ice yesterday. I'd like go buy a shovel and everything. And I called my dad, and he gave me some suggestions. But I was like, I'm gonna do this myself. Like, I got it. And so once I got my car out, I was like, what? No boyfriend, no problems. It doesn't even like apply. But I was like, oh, so independent. I just love it. But then at the same time, I want to get married. But like not right now. But everyone else is doing it. So I'm like, what? There's like actually
Everybody else is doing it.
Might as well.
I asked my grandma because a bunch of my cousins got married over the summer, like 3 of them. And they all got married really young. Their relationships weren't very long ahead of time or whatever. And so I'm like, dude, am I supposed to be like getting married soon? She's like, no, calm down, it's fine. I was like, thanks, Rosie. Jeez, you're the only one that's cool with this.
I like how, I don't like this, but I think it's funny, how most of the time when people find out that, oh, you're getting married at like 21, when is she due? Is one of the first questions you get. I'm like, she's not. Like,
You back in school on Monday?
we want to get married because we love each other, not because we had a kid or are going to have a kid.
People
Like,
ask you that?
people ask me that. Like, that's a real thing.
Wow.
That's,
Like,
I mean, not, if I didn't know you guys and I just heard it, I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, just getting married, so because I'm like dating for so long, like it's a thought out decision.
Yeah.
People that get engaged after long, it all scare me. But like, it's cool, it's your life. Marry who you want to marry.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That camera went out again.
I'm on it.
Oh, cameras.
That means we should close up pretty soon.
I forget how long your
I
hair
don't
is,
think
Lauren.
so.
No?
I think we have like one more of these.
Okay. All I know is that I'm tired.
That's unfortunate.
I've been talking a lot more than I thought I was going to talk.
I know, I love. He's like, I'm not gonna talk. You guys are gonna
It's
do
not
all
my fault you had a
talking.
cool ghost story.
I had a fantastic ghost
I
story.
actually had a pretty cool ghost story.
Wanna clap?
Yeah? Dude?
Do you want to hear?
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the theme for
It's the
today.
Ghost Story podcast.
Okay. Well, I was pretty young, so it's only like what I've been told. But my dad was driving my brother and I back from Nebraska, I guess, in the middle of winter. We're supposed to go back to South Dakota. And my dad was turning around to tell me to buckle my seatbelt, and I was like, no way. And I was probably, I want to say I was 3 years old, or buckling into my car seat or whatever, and I guess I figured out how to get out, and I thought it was really cool. And Clayton was like a baby, like newborn. So my dad was like turning around and telling me to like buckle my seatbelt, and the car flipped over on black ice.
Whoa. You just like...
Casually
Just
slide that in.
slide that in.
Yeah, I got in a car crash, and I was
No
really
big deal though, no big deal. Car
Sorry.
flipped over.
That also wasn't the point of the story, it was the ghost thing, but that was like coming on later. I just didn't think it was
Because the car crash
Like,
isn't important.
Clearly I'm fine, Clay's fine, Kevin's fine, it's whatever, it's cool.
But you rolled.
Yeah, we rolled a couple times.
Holy cow.
A couple times, not even just once, a couple
big
times.
deal. No big
No
deal.
big
I
deal.
don't know.
Hashtag NBD.
I don't remember a lot of it. But apparently I talked about this guy that had like helped me to make sure I was safe while the car was rolling over, and like I was sitting on top, like, you know, like we were upside down, so sitting like on the ceiling of the car, and he was like sitting with me and waiting while the ambulance came or whatever, and like we were all like okay, just someone to call 911. And he just sat with me and made sure I was okay. I was too young to lie about it, like I wouldn't have been making it up.
Yeah.
And then we went to this isn't related, but we went to this hotel afterwards to like stay because we didn't have a car. And the receptionist guy was so creepy. So I always thought he was like the Grim Reaper. I'm like, dude, I'm not ready to go with you. I'm not. He gave me socks for my hands, and I was like, okay.
Joke's on you, this was actually the afterlife. The Grim Reaper was there welcoming you. The afterlife is a hotel.
He
Like the
gave me
Bates
socks.
Motel.
It was really nice. My hands are so cool.
The Bates Motel. Am I one of the few people that hasn't watched Bates Motel?
I watched
I've not
the
watched
first
Bates
season.
You
Little bits
uncultured heathen.
Wow, I missed
That really was so.
Man.
I actually would say you uncultured swine from Toy Story, thinking I was making a cute, funny reference. People thought I was really rude. Do not make that reference. That camera totally just died.
Oh, battery died.
That was my camera.
No.
Let's just use this one from now on.
Cool. Yeah,
Who else was make eye contact with?
That one.
Us.
I don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, come on. So
No, I gotta connect with my viewers.
To your fan base.
My
2
family.
hour fan.
Or you
Hey,
could,
Mom.
or you could like go like this and look at this.
Yeah, you could like
Yeah,
super
Like,
reach
super
over.
like,
It's
all-
fine, guys. It's cool. I'll deal with this subpar technical work. I'm just kidding.
Baby
Let's
steps.
get it together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
production manager.
Just got headphones in.
about cameras.
For all of you who don't know, Liz is gonna be an elementary teacher.
She's not in the
She's-
broadcast.
No.
No, she's
Gonna be great.
gonna be a
elementary teacher.
fantastic like second grade teacher, first grade, kindergarten, preschool.
Whatever
Lots of
you want
sticky
things.
hands.
Lots of sticky
Eating
hands.
glue.
Lots of funny stories. Kids are hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They're so funny.
Yep.
I actually, that's why I was home. Jackie came home from school, like, oh my, tell me about your day. And my mom had just come back from grocery shopping. I was like, what'd you do today? And he's like on like the earth or like at school? Whatever you want to talk about. And he's like, well, I mean, I didn't really do much. I wanted to get on some of that cheese ball action though. I just laughed. I was like, that's cool. What a great connecting moment. You're not gonna remember.
Fantastic. No, so I have one of the like little boys I babysit. He is 2, and so he's at the age now where like he's learning how to sit properly in church. He's at the age where it's no longer acceptable for him to be climbing up and down the aisles. You know, like he has to sit like a big kid.
He's legitimately loud now.
Wait, I still do that.
You're like, who's that guy?
This is socially acceptable.
Just let Joey go. He's like, I'm learning about God.
She's Joey.
He's his own person. He does him.
Yes.
Man, you're just on today. It's great. Anyway,
So he's sitting there really quiet, being so good. And about 15 minutes into Mass, it's dead silent. He goes, I farted. Really loud. And we're like, and so my mom sits and she's like, shh, like, don't say that. You're at church. You know, you gotta be good. Be quiet. And again, 15 minutes later, I farted. And so then, of course, everybody like kind of turns around really shyly, like.
Really good
Everybody just
knowledge.
slowly moves away from him.
Yeah.
And he didn't stop. Like the entire Mass, about every 5, 10, 15 minutes, I farted.
Man. What is that kid eating?
I don't know. But like, the funny thing was, is his brother, like his older brother, is in like 2nd grade now, and he's like. Comes up to like my shoulders, just FYI. and he was like up at the, like, he was like, it was more like the children's Mass or whatever, so like he was out helping. And he was saying his little part or whatever. And Mason, the little brother, sister goes, that's my brother!
That's so much louder than I expected.
It's like, come on, kid, like, you're too cute to be angry at, but it's like, you gotta be quiet.
Gotta be quiet. You just have to be.
I'm sorry, but just shut
My
up.
cousin Paige at her sister's wedding, she was one of the bridesmaids or whatever, and her son was like in the front row, and he's like 2 years old, and he was being really loud. He was like, Mom, look at me, like doing whatever. And she's like, Oliver, whisper. We're like, dude, he does not care. It's really, it's gonna be as loud as he wants to be.
Yeah, pretty
Super
much.
cute.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm worried about with my wedding, is there are gonna be quite a few small children.
You know what, actually, I was thinking about this, because I have an ice cream truck, I don't know if I told you guys that. We do like events and stuff, we're going to start adding on weddings, and I'm actually thinking about being like a, I don't know, like a babysitter kind of for like big events like that, where I would take all the kids away. Not away.
Like, go shove them
Not stealing your children.
I steal the children in my ice cream
and
van.
feed them with ice cream.
Okay, like I would have a section with coloring and stuff, and I would hang out with your kids, that's what I would do, because I love playing with kids, so just, because then it would get out of everyone's hair, for big
And
ceremonies and
shove
stuff.
them full of ice cream. So then when you get
Yes.
them back, they're hyped up and ready to go all night.
Just in time.
Just
for
in time
the,
for bed. And then I like
Yeah,
I was
all my
gonna- I was
money.
gonna say for the
I was
reception.
gonna say, yeah, the reception.
Oh no, I would be doing the reception too, because people want to like talk with their relatives and stuff. Because when you have little kids, you're just talking to people you see all day, the little kids. So like you just.
I mean, when I think reception, I think get hyped. Everyone is on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it's a
Kids,
free for all.
everyone.
Kids everywhere.
You know,
Mhm.
When I was a kid, I hated weddings. Like I don't wear these stupid tights anymore. Like it's dumb. Now that I'm older, I cried every single one. It's so fun.
my sister Lil, when she, we went to a wedding when she was little, and what was it? Jenna was the bride, is the bride's name, and Jenna is a fantastic mom. But even before she had kids, was like would have been a fantastic mom at the time. And Lil at the reception was like, I really like her dress, and so Jenna walks past and Lo just kind of goes out and touches it. And Lil's like, I touched it! I touched the dress!
Man.
Later on, the two of them were just twirling because their dresses poofed out when they twirled. Oh, it was adorable.
My sister said it. Then we like sit down really fast with like poof out and we're like, oh my god, cupcakes! So great.
When I was when I was in preschool, this girl was wearing these leather pants, and I don't know, it was something about them. Like I just wanted to because I don't know, I really liked leather apparently, and so I just wanted to like touch them. And so
Can I touch your pants, please?
and so
Joey, the creepiest kid that's ever lived. Don't wear leather around this guy. Wow.
No, but so we were sitting next to each other in this circle in a group thing, and so I was just like slowly move myself. I just want to touch cheek a little
Like,
bit.
she'll never, if I move slow enough, she won't even know.
I picture this as like
Should you
a
be sitting in
Finding
this
Nemo
chair? Is
moment.
that
I
what
touched the butt.
What?
I picture this as a Finding Nemo moment. He touched the butt.
She's so funny. I'd be so creeped. I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Just one of those pants.
That hardcore side of it, like the fuck.
Have you guys seen the? Speaking of leather outfits, have you?
Should we go here?
We're going there.
Apparently we're going there.
We're going there. Have you guys seen the video of Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again" without the music?
Yeah. Oh, you showed that video to me. That's why I've seen it.
It's so funny. It's so funny because it's like she's wearing a leather
Red leather-
jumpsuit,
Red jumpsuit.
and the noises it makes as she dances is so funny. I will have
And
to show you
there's
guys.
no, like, how is she, I don't know, I couldn't do that. I think about, like, it wouldn't be fun to be, like, a professional singer or whatever, like, I couldn't make videos. I just couldn't, I'd feel so stupid in the stupid leather. Videos couldn't.
At least you're not like a 90s singer. That was worse.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Beyonce's new, video?
The album dropped today.
Did it really? Oh, this is so secret.
Or
How
a
did
new
she
song
do
or
that?
something. Something dropped today.
Liz's eyes just lit up. She's like,
Yeah,
what?
Liz is just freaking out.
Yeah. No, something just dropped today because she did it before the super
she
Games
dropped the song.
showing
Super
today.
game. Yeah.
Really close. I'm glad
Yeah.
you caught it.
Between the stallions and the
ponies?
prowlers.
No, the cats.
Cats. Yes.
The ponies and the kitties. Yes.
You know what? Just kidding.
LOL, JK.
Yeah. The other thing that's happening after the animal thing.
Right.
What we're gonna get. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Just kidding. Never mind.
There's a thing that's happening after the thing with.
Yeah, I don't know if it's during the middle or if it's like an after.
You can say halftime.
Oh yeah, I can say halftime. Halftime. But it's like the with dogs. The dog.
The
Oh,
puppy bowl.
Yeah.
That you can say.
That's
That's a
what I thought,
show.
but just in case, I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Don't know these rules. But Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, you
is
can
a
say that.
bomb. My sisters and I will watch it after. We'll record that.
Yeah.
So that after the commercials, you'd be like, oh god.
Liz freaks out.
They're so
about
cute.
The puppy bowl.
If there was a goat bowl, Liz would just die.
Liz, do you want to come in front of the camera and
And talk
remake
about
that
goats.
face? Because that was
I feel like you should.
pure excitement.
Do I have to go up there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
Where
on.
did she sit? You want to
Come in
I don't
to
know,
light the
do you wanna-
fire.
You can sit
Yeah.
with me.
Hannah.
Oh, that one stopped.
Oh no, I got it.
Oh no. Hold on. Oh, no.
Don't make
We
the
only-
face
The only
yet.
camera's on me.
The only camera's on Joey tonight.
It's Joey's show.
Okay.
Joey, hit him with a clap. There it is.
Cool.
Okay. Liz, make the face of pure excitement and joy.
That was literally, she was just so excited.
That's all I've got for you folks.
Todd.
Solid.
What do you want from me?
What do you want?
What do you want from me?
Didn't your dad post a video of goats to your wall?
Yeah, my mom, surprisingly. My dad usually posts cat videos to my wall about every week, every day, let's be honest. But my mom has been posting goat videos, goats in pajamas.
Wow.
That was
It's
so
truly
cute.
a treat, yeah.
That's
That's
an
a thing.
adorable
They're a
video.
little hopping around, there's like
Yeah.
2 hay bales, and he's just like, boop, in his pajamas.
It's so cute. No, it's
Flash
she.
forward to their wedding and
I know,
a bridal party.
flash forward to me at 40. That's,
I didn't want it, but there's no time for kids. There's just goats everywhere. I could be painting goats.
See, my mom's the type of person that like wants to send me all of the videos, but she doesn't like posting to my wall because she's like, oh, well, you might have people actually see them. So she Facebook messages me them. Like, every few hours I get videos. I'm like, what do you do with your life, Mom? Like, what are you doing? Why do you have this much time to send me Facebook videos?
My dad always sends me really funny pictures of the worst time. I'll be in class, in a meeting, I'm like, oh, Kevin, no. I'm not supposed to be laughing right now.
Well, the thing was, is like, I was home for a while, and all of a sudden, my mom, like, is dying, like, crying, laughing. And I'm like, what are you watching? And she's watching one of those like 10-minute compilations of like GIFs that are really fun, like GIFs or Vines that are really funny.
Yeah.
You know, like people falling, people doing random crap, whatever. And she's just crying. And I'm like, do you do this when nobody's around? And she goes, oh, all the time. I'm like, what does Dad think of this? And she's like, oh, he just kind of shakes his head and walks away. So now every
I'm
time.
not supposed to do that because I totally do that. Like,
Yeah.
the other day I saw one of like news mistakes, like
Those
reporters.
are so good.
Those are so funny.
So
Those are fantastic.
funny.
But I feel like
I
I wonder if they're actually funny to everybody else, or if because I'm in the journalism school and I see it, if that's what makes it
Oh,
funny.
I always used to watch
I mean-
news bloopers all the time.
I guess I
even
never really
before I was in
noticed
the
it.
J school.
I guess I never
Hilarious.
noticed it until like recently.
You know, whenever someone says fuck truck instead of fire truck,
Firefuck.
a fire
Fire
fuck,
truck.
those are just
What?
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just
They're
have
so
to be.
funny.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, should we
Yeah, we should.
wrap
Wrap it
things
up.
up?
Liz and I are trying to find the stupid chair.
Well, my thigh is like stuck on this couch. So it's just like
You can
half my body
sit on the
moving.
chair.
And that concludes today's podcast.
That concludes today's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what we should call this thing. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I'm jingling. Help.